Let's get right to it. My first guest, one of the most talented actors of his generation, just nominated for Academy Award for his portrayal of the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes in The Aviator. The film took home a total of 11 nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director. They can be seen in the theater near all you guys. Please welcome Leonardo DiCaprio. All right.
What a crowd tonight. Are they always like this?
No, well, no, actually.
This is fantastic.
They're a good crowd. They're a good crowd. Oh, it depends who the guests are. Well, congratulations on the 11 nominations for Aviator.
Thank you very much. This was a project that was very close to my heart, 8 years in the making, and you know, we got 11 Academy Award nominations.
Yeah, it doesn't beat that. It doesn't beat that. I want to ask you now. See, that's such a great Italian name, Leonardo DiCaprio. Just sort of flows off the tongue.
Right.
Now, and I heard when you came to town, like an agent wanted you to change it. Is there any truth to that?
Yes. When I started off in this business, I was about 13 years old, and the agent told me, Leonardo, your name is a little too ethnic for auditions. So their brilliant idea was Lenny Williams.
Oh, well. Lenny Williams.
Thank God I didn't change that one, huh? Good one, right?
Lenny Williams, yeah, that's...
Lenny, right?
Lenny, Lenny, yeah, no, that's wow. Well, I'm glad you didn't do that. Did you ever think maybe I would do that? Maybe I would... Did it crush your mind?
I had to stick to my Italian roots.
That's very good.
Like
that's right, very good. That's it, exactly. Now, tell us about your fascination with Howard Hughes, because I've always been fascinated with this guy, too. Mostly for his mechanical things in the airplanes and all. Well, what was the fascination for you? What?
Well, you know, I'm not a writer, so I can't make characters like this up, and not many writers could imagine a life like Howard Hughes' life. He was one of the most multi-dimensional, complex characters I've ever gotten to play. He came into Hollywood in the golden era of cinema and established himself as a renegade producer, made one of the most expensive epics of that time. He also was a champion aviator, built the largest plane ever built, broke every speed record, and of course he was the Casanova of his generation. I mean, every actress down the line. And all the while he was, you know, he had obsessive compulsive disorder, and he was a germaphobe, and he was battling with the onset of his madness throughout that entire period of time, and that's what this section of the movie deals with. You know, he's succeeding in all these great things, but simultaneously fighting his own.
And how young was he when he came to Hollywood?
About in his early 20s.
Early 20s, okay. Yeah. And he came as what, a multimillionaire?
Yeah, he inherited a huge fortune from his father's drill bit company, and then made this insane film called Hell's Angels with some of the most incredible aerial sequences.
It's a great film. I saw that film years ago, and it was sort of a forgotten film, and I just stumbled across it. And I went and got another print of it, and it's truly one of the most amazing pictures of the day. Yeah, yeah. Now, you researched this OCD. I mean, did this start, did he have it, and it just got progressively worse? Is that what it was?
Basically, that's, and to learn about obsessive-compulsive disorder, I got to meet this doctor named Jeffrey Schwartz in UCLA, who told me that when an actor, neurologically, when an actor actually plays somebody with obsessive-compulsive disorder, they start to become compulsive themselves. So that actually happened to me. I mean, literally, it would take me 10, 15 minutes to get to set sometimes, because, you know, I had to step on every single crack I saw, or every single gum stain, or if there was something, you know, in my view, I had to look away. I had to reorganize papers constantly, repeat the same thing. So it got to the point where my assistant was so sick of it that she led me onto set by hand while I just looked up in the air, so I didn't have to look what was in front of me.
But, you know, I do that. I think all actors do that. Like, if something goes well, if you did a good show and you did that before you went out. Well,
I hear you have a couple rituals that you do before the show as well.
I do. I don't think I do them, but I do. I always touch the wall or do something like that.
We all have these things inherently.
But see, I'm one of those people, like, when you get the potatoes and you fill it with gravy.
You don't want it to touch the other.
You can't touch the other thing. No. So that's why I hate eating out of bowls, because all the food goes in the center. See, I like to push the food out to the side and then pick the one I want to eat. And it drives my wife crazy. But it's not as bad, because he just had it like to the point where it almost...
I mean, he isolated himself from the rest of the world at certain points, locked himself inside a screening room and would just obsessively write memos about how his lunch would be delivered and the aura of germs around people. It was pretty frightening stuff.
And if he had just taken one pill...
Yeah. It was undiagnosed at the time, so he didn't even know what he had.
Now, this is a scene from the film. This is a short clip where you're dealing with this problem, right? You've got it really bad, and you're sitting in a room. Explain the setup.
This is where Hughes basically isolates himself from the rest of the world and starts to look like the Wolfman, basically. Grows long fingernails and has long hair.
And how long did he sit in this room like this? Like just
months and months at a
months,
time.
naked, sitting in the room.
Yeah. Later in life, he locked himself away for over a decade. Didn't talk to anyone.
Well, here, let's take a look. Here we go.
Come in with the milk. 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 He is to open the bag with his right hand and hold the bag out to me at a 45-degree angle so I may reach into the bag without touching the paper.
Yeah, I remember, Now, the makeup here was pretty extensive, too, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. 8 hours a day, because he had this insane plane crash where 80% of his body was literally burned. So I was so frustrated with the work schedule that I had, and then I had to get into 8 hours of makeup. And I finally said, look, I'm sleeping in this stuff, all right? I'm not coming in tomorrow morning for 8 hours. I'm going to go to sleep. So, of course, I walked into the hotel room with the long fingernails, and I started to look like Nosferatu, and everyone in the hotel was like, who the hell is this guy? And I had the beard and everything, and I tried my best to fall asleep in it, but of course, an hour later after falling asleep, my entire body was itching, and I just remember running to the mirror of the bathroom and just ripping my flesh off and tearing my beard off and trying to tear my fingernails off. And of course, I got no sleep, and the next day I had even more makeup time.
There you go. Look, we'll take a break. More with Leonardo right after this.